Sam's Bulldog here, back for another question to fans, listeners, readers, and so on of Professor Jordan B Peterson. I've been rewatching old episodes of the original Star Trek, and it occurred to me, which is a fascinating show, by the way. I mean, you can tell that it was produced in the 60s, and the moral and ethical arguments that are brought up are so contextualized perfectly vis-a-vis what was going on back then. So it's a great show. You don't need me to tell you that. But I started to think about Mr. Spock versus Capt'n Kirk. And it occurred to me that in the real world, if Star Trek was real and the Federation was just another offshoot of our military, however number of years from now, wouldn't Spock be the captain? He's the one with the most knowledge, the most cool rationality. Now what happens is, of course, Kirk, the human, uses him as a tool, just like he would a computer, but then the final decision is made by the human, and it's often proved to be the right decision, and that Spock's lack of an emotional introspection and so on would have led him down the wrong path. I think I'm summarizing that correctly. I say that's a fallacy. I say that in the real world, again, this is my opinion, but I want views of Peterson fans. In the real world, Kirk would be second, and Spock would be the captain. Because if you think about it, Spock's only lack of knowledge of the epistema, of the knowable facts in the universe, are those emotional type of decisions. Those decisions and what's based on those decisions are themselves information that he could learn. Now, that means he would far exceed any human capacity once he understood what was going on. And again, to me, you'd have to assume there's something spooky going on in the brain that would not somehow be reducible to scientific causality and be understood, at least at the Star Trek level. So again, you're right back to where you were. It's just a lack of knowledge. Again, Jordan Peterson fans, my suspicion is, and I thought of you guys, is that you think that Spock could never be captain because he's missing something. What is he missing? What I'm looking for is not poetic, myth-sounding stuff, okay, which I love, and I say constantly on my videos. I'm saying, this is it, you're the president of the universe, you have to appoint a captain. Is it going to be Spock, or is it going to be Kirk? And if it's going to be Kirk, what is it that he does that Spock couldn't in principle learn to do and be better at? Is there something immeasurable there? And if it is, and if it's immeasurable, you understand where I'm going with all of this. I really think that Jordan Peterson fans would think that Spock could never be captain because he just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, that spiritualism, the numinous. Of course, I disagree as Sam's Bulldog. Want to hear your views. I'd love to hear you. I'll put a vote button up, and thank you for your time. I want to read your comments. What am I getting right? What am I getting wrong? I want to know. Thank you.